The Chinese language with
Ting-Wei
and Audrey. The Chinese language called Hanyu is about 5,000 years old. The characters started emerging about 3,000 years ago.
Back then, records were kept using very inefficient methods, such as tying knots onto a rope and other weird ways that really didn't work.
One of the scribes of the emperor was really frustrated at the way people kept records. One day he saw a huge forest with interesting patterns on its shelf, and thought that the patterns looked like symbols that can record things. He started developing symbols. This is how something written in Chinese language started.
Back then, the Chinese words looked really different than they do today. For example, the word mountain actually looks like a mountain back then, and now it's different. Like the Egyptian language, the first Chinese characters were made using picture-like symbols. The Egyptian language is long gone now. Chinese is one of the few languages that have lasted thousands of years and is still used very widely in the
first
modern
type of
world.
writing was called the oracle bone. They were carved tortoise shells and animals. With characters resembled the actual thing. They evolved into a greater scale. When the first emperor united China, he changed the writing to the lesser scale, a complicated writing system. It took too long to write, so he evolved into the calligraphy script, which turned into what we have today as a standard script.
In the 1950s, China simplified the writing system so it's easier for people to learn and write. Simplified Chinese is what most people learn today. Then also came the Romanization of the language, which is using the English alphabet to spell out the words. This is called pinyin and helped many foreigners learn Chinese.
The remaining ways that in Asia that use traditional Taiwan and Hong Kong. Singapore uses
simplified Chinese. In China, most people in the inland speak Mandarin Chinese, 普通话. The provinces on the eastern coast have their own separate dialects, such as Hakka and Cantonese and Hong Kong. Taiwan has its own dialect as well, called Taiwanese.
Yeah. China has a larger dominating emperor, influenced other Sino-Asian languages greatly, such as Vietnamese and Japanese. If you've ever seen something written in Japanese, you'll know that along with the curving looking characters, there are also Chinese characters incorporated. In Japanese, the Chinese were rooted with Chinese. Thanks for watching.
谢谢收看. We hope that you've learned much about the Chinese language today. Chinese is an ancient and complex language, and is very beautiful to the eyes of many foreigners.
Audrey
and Ting-Wei.